Hello to all of you from around the world. I want to welcome you to another beautiful edition of Soulivity Today, broadcasting live from our studio in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and on KMET 1490 AM radio in Southern California. My name is Brian Wesley Johnson, and we have an amazing show for you today. But before I get into today's show, I want to introduce to you my amazing co-host for today, Teresa Greco. Hey, Teresa.
Good morning, Brian, and good morning, everyone.
Now, we haven't seen each other in about a week now, so I've got to ask you, how was the rest of your week last week, and how was your weekend?
Thank you. Well, the week was fine. However, my children had dental surgery on
Oh,
Friday,
no.
and yeah, so it's been a bit touch and go here, but hopefully this morning they'll be feeling a little bit better. But yeah, it's been a bit tricky. It's been like daycare here.
Oh, no. Gosh. It's
So yeah,
probably
that's never fun.
painkillers all around, my
Yes.
guess is.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, antibiotics, painkillers, soft foods. Yeah, it's hard to be creative with soft foods.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I remember when I had mine out. We were kind of talking about it offline. And that first 3 days is it is like the worst in the whole wide world. And then you finally kind of get through it on the other side. Maybe they'll watch today's show.
Yeah,
That might make
feel
them feel
better.
better.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Well,
How
we
about
hope
you,
that,
Brian?
well, just a lot of busy work. We've got a lot going on right now with Solivity, and so I had that. But I decided Saturday to really take it easy and just kind of
Okay.
rest
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. I did like minimal work. You guys know how much
Hmm.
I love this thing, so I like
Yeah.
work. I'll work on it every single day if I had to.
Yes, right. Yeah, but we need a bit of downtime, so good for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Listen, well, like we were saying before, we hope that you guys feel better after watching today's show, because today is another wonderful Motivation Monday where we explore different news stories and issues to help get you motivated for your week. So let's get to our first story. This is coming from Albuquerque, New Mexico, where belly rubs are providing wonderful relief to those in need of a smile. Here's more information about it from KOAT Channel 7.
This morning, a story about a sweet dog and his owner. They make such a great pair and bring so much joy to people who are dealing with health issues.
Yeah, meet Two Socks and Dave in this morning's Good News File story. Oh, the power of a belly rub. That's Two Socks right there. He's a 12-year-old Pom mix. He's pretty small.
Come on, just go. Heel. Good boy.
But he's making a big difference at Presbyterian Hospital.
He is absolutely so chill and relaxed. He loves to get on patients' beds, and he just walks gently up close to them and just flops over for belly rubs.
Dave Howard and Two Socks spend hours visiting patients and staff. Two Socks even has his own credentials. Around here, he's a pretty big deal.
Come on, let's go. Good boy.
They're a dream team, living the dream.
I always wanted to be able to do volunteer work with my best friend, and how many people are lucky enough to be able to do volunteer work on a consistent basis with their very best friend?
And a lot of times these patients come to the hospital and they're actually experiencing some of the worst days of their life.
Caitlin Baker is a nurse manager. She's seen how visits from Dave and Two Socks make patients feel.
A lot of them just have complete changes in just their demeanor.
And what they've done for staff, Caitlin can't even begin to thank them enough.
Just for one moment to step aside from their daily workflow, to just say hi to the dogs and take that time to just relax and be in the moment has been very beneficial for staff.
Two Socks may be the star of this Presbyterian stage, but it's the gentle and kind man walking him.
Heel. Come on, let's go. Good boy.
who also deserves some notoriety.
What he has done for our staff too has really made it incredibly special.
Though Dave says he doesn't need it. The reward
Good boy.
is in the work.
I love giving back.
And that's the power of love, of simple, kind gestures. One scratch, one belly rub can change a dog's day and a human's, just like that.
Oh,
Yay! So cute.
I know. It's like, man, when I saw this story before we aired it, I was like, I love dogs so much. I mean, I love my cat too, who passed earlier this year. But there's something about those belly rubs that just, whatever you're going through in that day is just kind of like whisk away, and you don't even think about whatever was stressing you out or whatever. And that dog, was it Two Paws? I think the name of the dog was Two. Yeah. And just a cutie pie. So when you saw this, what was your reaction, Sheila? I mean, Teresa.
Yeah, just before I share that, I want to know what kind of dog you have.
What kind of dog did I have?
Yeah.
Well, I had different dogs growing up. We had a sheepdog that was beautiful, purebred, that was called Spot. Big old fluffy, like a big old pillow. Just grab her. We've had two different types of retrievers. We had a golden retriever, and then we had a black Labrador retriever. I can't remember the name of the golden one, but the black one. Oh gosh, now Misty. And then we had then the last dog that I had, like that I actually took care of, was named Buffy. She was just a mix, but she was like so cute. She was like small. She was like a terrier, kind of mixed with something else. And it's just so cute, Yeah. What about you? I mean, did you have any dogs growing up?
Yes, I had lots of different dogs. We lived on a bit on a mini farm, so I grew up with quite a few animals, and my father had various ones, just to protect. They lived outside, right? My dogs were always outside in a doghouse, like, with the whole. Is it Snoopy that had the doghouse outside? Like, just
Yeah.
not like how dogs are today. They were outside, and lots of different kinds. A lot of big ones, though. We had some smaller ones, but yeah, variety. So I could totally, watch this story and feel good about, those times that I too maybe wasn't feeling well or was down. I'd go outside and spend time with. I don't know what it is about spending time with them and petting them. It's almost like this silent companion that's saying, I understand. I understand. I don't know why. It was like I'd be there and I'd be sad or frustrated or whatever, and petting them. Oh yeah, like for some reason, it's like it was saying, I know, I get it, I know. And it could be like just how these patients are feeling so good at the hospital too, with it just going around and staying near you and just taking some of that like upset and pain and agony away. I don't know. They just, in the silence, they managed to do that. I feel.
Yeah. You could tell as you were watching the story itself that when that dog came in and they were petting the dog on its belly and that kind of thing, that those patients just lit up. And I do think that there's been like stories of, those kind of events for people when they were with pets and that kind of thing, that their pain receptors, or that their need for pain medication can kind of go down a little bit. They feel more relaxed. For cardiac patients, their resting heart rate is lower. And so there's some benefits that are there, that just, I guess something about those certain chemicals that the body produces when we connect with pets that way, where it gives us that calming kind of sense and that kind of deal. But I just know, I probably like you, when you're around your dogs and that kind of thing, when you're younger, they just make you happy. They just make you really, really happy, And so, again, this one kind of warmed my heart. So I'm glad that we decided to do it today.
Yeah, I think vibrationally, they are resonating super high, right?
Yeah.
Vibrating super high energetically. And I think that's why it has that capability to bring us right up. I know Spirit has always said, get out to play. And one of the ways that it encourages us to do that is to do it with pets, right? To play with children and to play with adults in whatever way we can. And pets are like that little reminder that they will nudge us, at the corner of our pants or shirt and saying, come out to play. You have been working at your computer like so many hours, come out to play.
Right.
And it just means, take a break, come walk outside.
Mm-hmm.
Two other things that I thought were important that were mentioned in the story that for me as a happiness coach, one was that she said that the pets allow the patients to just be in the moment, that it just takes them away from, anything that they might have been upset about or troubled with, and it just brings them right to the present moment, which is where happiness is found. And I was like, yep, that's not a wonder that she noticed that that's something that the pets do. As soon as he walks in, that, it captivates your attention and just makes you feel so good in the moment.
Yeah.
And then another aspect too to happiness is giving back. And so that was something that the owner said that it feels so good to be able to give back. And I'm like, yep, that's also happiness, that when we're able to give of ourselves to others, that we tap into that happiness center. So yeah, lots of good points came out of that one.
I like that. Lots of good points from you too.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah. Sometimes we forget about the fact that those kind of connections do bring us into just the present moment, right? That all that exists is like right now. And so animals, that's all they know how to do, right? They only know how to live in the present moment. I think it's why, I think we did a couple weeks ago where people needed to go out into nature and experience nature. Listen, we're going to take a quick break, me and Teresa, but don't worry, we've got even more Soulivity Today coming up, including a story about what kindness looks like on a college gridiron in Eastern Michigan. We'll be right back. Soulivity Today is brought to you by Happy Travelers Tours and Old Vine Wine Tours. Find all of the Satana products at our Go shop at go.soulivity.com.
Have you ever asked the question, if I was to be anything, what would I be? Regardless of money, regardless of status, beyond popularity and fame. Living your passion feeling your life has purpose. Solivity is a space to nurture that which lives in all of us. A place where work can become play, and doing what we love creates the dreams of a lifetime.
Hello there. We're back with more here on Soulivity Today on a Motivational Monday, just for you. Listen, our next story comes from Eastern Michigan University and Good Morning America. Let's take a look.
I work a landscaping job. I rip out carpets and I demo tile floors. And I do that because obviously I needed to pay for school, pay for rent.
Zach Conti has had to pay his way to school for 4 years. And in the fall, the guy was selling his plasma to be able to pay the bills. Until Brian Dooley comes into my office. And he said, "Coach, that guy has earned it. And I've talked this over with my family and the whole bit. And if there's a way to make this happen, I am willing to give up my scholarship and to give it to Zach Conti."
He does a lot more than just football. He works outside of football. Going from the spring, I was told that he might accidentally step away just because what's going on, and I couldn't let that happen.
Yeah, see? Let's go!
Oh, such a heartwarming story. Now, both Conti and Dooley said they're staying focused on school and football as their story goes viral. And Eastern Michigan kicks off their first football season on September 1st against Howard University, HU. Teresa, another, don't tell me that angels don't live amongst us. I mean, the fact that this guy had, worked hard, got a scholarship to play football at EMU, sees another person in need who, selling his plasma. I mean, and he goes back and talks to his parents, and they basically are like, "No, we can handle the cost. Let's give this." And he gave him the scholarship, gave a scholarship to his fellow football player. That basically, and just one more thing, and before I get your reaction to this, he was a walk-on, Teresa. The guy who
What does it mean to walk on?
He didn't go through. They have like tryouts for the team, which is different than you going out like scouts going out and actually picking you and recruiting you in. They'll do, hey, at Eastern Michigan University, you can come and do a tryout, and he's a walk-on, and he made the team. And so to stay on the team and to stay in school, he's doing all this stuff, and so. It's just amazing. Just a really, really beautiful story. What when you saw that, what was your reaction?
I agree that that happiness too that we get from giving of ourselves to others. That he saw that one of his players was doing so much outside of school and finding a way of how he could give to one of his fellow football mates, I think is amazing. One of his teammates. Yeah. So nice. So heartwarming for sure.
Absolutely. Um, I can only imagine that regardless of how, how their season comes out and all that kind of stuff, it's about them being a team, being, having this camaraderie. Uh, uh, as you could see, the coach was just very, very proud of not only um, 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 Dooley in terms of his willingness to do whatever it took to not just play football, because this wasn't just about football. It was about him getting his education too, right? That he was going to do whatever it took to make sure that he got his education, and that you have that same determination in terms of someone seeing that and being able to give back to that person something that they really, really needed, and from their heart, So you got two hearts that are operating like at that same frequency. It's just great. And so, what I would say to people who are watching today, it doesn't take much to change the trajectory of someone's life. It could be, opening a door. It could be, paying for someone's coffee or meal. How many times have we seen, a person, I had this happen where I was at a Starbucks and the person, two people in front of me paid for the person's meal behind them. And so when they came up, the person said, "Oh, there's no bill. The person over here just paid for it. And guess what that person did? They paid for the person behind them. And so I was the next person in line. And so I just paid for the next person behind me. And nobody took advantage. It was nothing like that. It was just, everybody was like, wow, this is really great. And they kept it going. They kept it going for till, I guess, there was nobody in there. And so it was like 10 people had paid for each other's stuff, and everybody felt great about it. And so I just implore people, never forget that giving of yourself, giving anything, from your heart is a valuable thing, and that don't worry about it coming back. It'll come back. Just stay in that sense of that. Listen, a gift from the heart goes a long way. So Teresa, we're going to take a break. But when we come back, we'll have more of Soulivity today. Got another great story. I don't know if maybe something that you may want to do, Teresa. And that is, pull out an old pair of good shoes, because those shoes were made for walking. And we'll explain why when we come back in just a couple minutes. Hi there, this is Brian with Soulivity.com. I want to share some exciting news about our new Aspire Academy by Soulivity. Now, you probably want to know what the Aspire Academy by Soulivity is. Well, it exclusively connects you with people around the globe and who share the intense desire to improve themselves and create a better life for themselves today. There's classes, there's workshops, there's live events, and even more exclusively just for you. You see, I wanted you to have a safe space where you could grow, you can learn, and it would empower you in all aspects of your life, including your mind, your body, and your soul. So how do you get started? Well, it is so easy. First of all, the best part, joining Aspire Academy is absolutely free. Just click on the Join Now button, sign up, and begin your journey. As a special part of this invitation to you, there are some free courses that are available for you to try from our amazing roster of coaches and collaborators. It's our way of saying thank you for all of your support and being with us along our journey of expansion. I hope you enjoyed the Aspire Academy by Soulivity today. Start the process. Learn more about your passion, your purpose, and how to live a higher quality life. You can learn more about the Aspire Academy by visiting aspire.soulivity.com today. Hey there, we're back with more here on Soulivity Today on a Motivational Monday. Teresa, have you been wondering about how you can get healthier in an easier way?
Always, always. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want to find out an easier way to get healthier? An easier way.
Well, listen, there is a great story that we're about to play now about exactly that. But you have to pull out your old walking shoes that have been sitting in that closet, because those shoes were made for walking, and we're going to show you why.
A new study found walking a minimum of 4,000 steps a day significantly reduces your risk of an early death, proving more is better when it comes to walking. Haley Hernandez is here with a local cardiologist to share more. Good morning, Haley.
Hey, good morning, Zach. So that's right. The study found a minimum of 4,000 steps a day will help. But really, the study found that anything below 5,000 steps is considered a sedentary lifestyle. I'm joined by Dr. Wahaj Aman, interventional cardiologist with UT Health Houston and Memorial Hermann. Good morning, Dr. Aman.
Thank you so much for having me.
I hear that this is a passion of yours. That's why I was excited to be able to get you on the show this morning, because for years, I mean, I feel like ever since it became popular to wear an Apple Watch, we've been hearing that 10,000 steps a day is the goal.
Right.
So why dramatically reduce the amount that we should be aiming for?
So this is a landmark study. They looked at 200,000 patients over 7 years, about 17 studies that they pulled together. And they found out that, yes, 10,000 is great, but really, even if you do 5,000 steps, or if you're going even more than 4,000 steps, you have a chance of reducing, your risk of dying. And as much as increasing your steps by 1,000, you decrease the risk of dying by 15%. That is incredible.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we do know that exercise, of course, is important. Getting your heart rate up is important. That's all good for your heart health. But why just the step count alone should we be focusing on that?
So what it is, the American Heart Association recommends 150 minutes of moderate intensity a week, but not everybody has the time or are in the physical capacity to do that.
Every single day.
Exactly. Most people can walk, and so this is just a huge encouragement to everybody. You don't have to be a star athlete. You just have to start walking, and you will see benefits.
I know. I'll be honest, because I was an athlete for most of my life, and so as I'm getting into adulthood, and it's not easy to find the time, and maybe you've got more aches and pains now. I just always diminished the idea that walking was a good exercise, but it truly is.
It truly is. It can be transformational if you just stick with it. And like I said, the bar is so low. It's 4,000 steps. You can, start there and slowly and incrementally make changes. And before you know it, you're seeing all these health benefits.
Yeah, well, we are ignoring one elephant in the room, which is that it is scorching hot outside.
Yes, it is.
So what can we do if we don't really want to get outside, or if we maybe shouldn't because of the heat?
So now portable treadmills are fantastic. You put one right in front of your TV when you're done watching your favorite episode.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Put it back under the table. But I have my treadmill remote and my TV remote, and I just go hand in hand.
You're kidding. You really do that?
I do that.
In your own living room?
After a busy clinic, absolutely. Everybody wants to kick back, watch your favorite episode. And yeah, just 20, 30 minutes, and you've got your steps in.
Yeah, and for somebody who's on their feet all day, I'm surprised. Do you find that you don't get enough steps in?
I do get a lot of steps, but this study looked at up to 20,000 steps, and even up to 20,000 steps, they're saying the benefits just keep getting better and better. So keep going.
The more you can do, the better. Is there a certain pace that we're supposed to be walking?
Honestly, just if you're starting out, walking at your regular pace is great. Slowly with time, you can always, make incremental changes towards getting faster, and then even jogging later. But starting from somewhere, just start at your regular pace.
So maybe just do what you can do, what your body can tolerate for now. Yeah, and hopefully that weather gets a little bit cooler soon. That will help. All right, Dr. Aman, is there anything else that you would like to add before I let you go?
You know, again, passion of mine, every patient who comes to my clinic, I tell them all the time, start walking. And you will feel, you know, you won't see it in the next week, but in the next month, the next year, your body's going to thank you.
It's a slower exercise, so it might take slower to see results,
right. But you will see results.
Your life expectancy depends on it.
It doesn't get more clear than that.
Yeah. All right, Dr. Aman, coming here all the way from Katy, right?
Yes, I am.
Thank you so much for joining me live in studio. I appreciate having you.
Such a pleasure.
Especially since this is a passion of yours. I really appreciate you being here.
Now, Teresa, according to, well, first of all, thanks to KPRC2 in Houston for that story. According to a story in the BBC, analysis of more than 226,000 people around the world showed 4,000 steps was enough to start reducing the risk of dying prematurely of any cause. And just over 2,300 steps is enough to benefit the heart and the blood vessels. Basically, the more you do, the more health benefits are seen, researchers said. Now, according to the World Health Organization data, insufficient physical activity is responsible for 3.2 million deaths each year, the fourth most frequent cause worldwide. Can you believe that? That is so crazy. You know,
this is a great story because it reminds how important it is to move, and that we aren't, as creatures, we're not meant to just be at our computers or at our desks all day long. That it would be so good if we got up and I like the way when they talk about different ways that you can fit in those steps, right? Some of those suggestions about parking further away from the door or taking the stairs and just finding like those little excuses to be able to get those steps in.
Absolutely. You know, it's always a good idea to maybe do a little bit of a walk after you eat. Doesn't have to be brisk or anything like that. You know, just to help, you know, digest that food and get that heart kind of pumping before you go back to like work, especially for like lunchtime. I mean, that's a good time to do it. Great suggestions all around, you know. But
Brian,
it's amazing. Yeah.
Have you seen this portable treadmill that he's talking about? You just shove it under your couch or something?
Yeah, you can actually, you know how the treadmills are like this? You can actually fold the top part down and you just put it underneath your...
Okay.
Yeah, they're really cool. Yeah. They're really, really cool. Listen, you're going to love this next story, Teresa. Really heartwarming one. But we're going to take a short break. We're going to have more with Soulivity today, of course, for all of you. But this next story is sure to pull your heartstrings. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Soulivity Today is brought to you by Assume control over your weight and broader health with the 80 Bites program by Physical Mind Institute.
For 50 years, we've been told, load up your plate with veggies. Load them up. Because all this spinach, look at it, all the spinach is only 100 calories. But avoid fat, because a tiny sliver of butter is also 100 calories. So spinach is good, butter is bad, right? But not today. Now we're told, put butter on everything, even in your coffee. Why? Because fat doesn't spike insulin, as carbs do. And stretching the stomach with all those veggies unbalances our digestive hormones. So eat healthy today means fat, fasting, stomach control, right here's the stomach. Forget calories. Hormones rule, and 80 Bites is the solution.
Are you ready to take that first step towards true, unwavering inner happiness? Are you like thousands of people who have everything they need, not want, but need, and still can't seem to find happiness and fulfillment in their lives? If so, the Steps to Happiness show is for you. On my show, you will learn about the principles and practices that lead to true inner happiness. Because guess what? It isn't found in our external environment, but within ourselves instead. Together with my guests, we will explore the latest physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being practices. And together, we'll advise you on the actionable steps you can take towards a happier, more fulfilled, authentic life. So I invite you to join me each week on Soulivity TV on the Steps to Happiness show with me, Teresa Greco.
Hey, we're back with more of Soulivity Today. Teresa, our last story is one that comes from ABC 7 in Southern California. Girl, it is so good. We had to share it. So enjoy.
Can't wait.
New at 11, a man from Oakland just crossed off Half Dome from his list of amazing adventures. At 93 years old, Everett Kalin became the oldest known climber to reach the summit of the iconic Yosemite Rock. It's just the latest accomplishment for the grandfather whose family can hardly keep up. Cheers echoed from Half Dome as 93-year-old Everett Kalin reached the summit. The retired professor from Oakland just added the challenging climb to his list of other fantastic feats, including jumping out of an airplane for his birthday last year.
I went up to the airport in Nevada and got in a plane, and the guy got on my back, and up we went, and then down we went. And I liked that a lot.
Kalin says his next goal just came to him, and since his son John is an avid backpacker, climbing Yosemite's Half Dome wasn't a half bad idea.
Kept going stretch by stretch, further and further, and just incredible to see him assembling those cables.
Kalin trained for the climb by scaling the stairs of his 17-floor senior living center.
I guess I was pleasantly surprised that when I got up there, I did not feel that I was huffing and puffing so much as we went up. It felt pretty good.
And with the blessing of his wife, Clara, Kalin, his son, and granddaughter, Sydney, broke up the 13-hour trek over a few days to reach the summit as a family on July 18th.
Really was a spectacular moment for 3 generations of us to be together and enjoying that all at once.
Yeah, that was great.
The world is now weighing in with much respect for Kalin and his accomplishments, but leave it to his loving family to add a little humor to keep him humble.
You're just one of the most stubborn, Dad. I think that's why you made it.
Well, so much to be said for determination. Everett Kalin says his advice to anyone at any age: pick a goal, a tough goal, and work toward it. As for Kalin's next goal, he has not decided just yet, but the Half Dome climb could be a metaphor for life as he encourages others to just keep climbing.
Now, according to the San Francisco Gate, the trio almost didn't make it to the top, Teresa. But not because of Kalin. John said that his son, that there was a 20% chance of thunderstorms that day, and that if there was any rain, thunder, or lightning at all, it's no longer safe to go up to the summit for a hike. It looked very ominous much of the way, but the weather held out. Now, Caitlin said that he's not sure what his next adventure is going to be, but for now, he's just reflecting on his last one. That was fantastic, just super, he said. When you're 93, it's a little extra special. Oh, it's so cool. So cool. I guess he's, yeah.
I feel like he's an example of somebody with, a young soul versus an old soul, where the old soul is like, oh yeah, I've been there, done that. Who knows what lifetime.
Right.
He's a young soul that even at like 93, right, just trying to fit it all in, everything, maximizing this lifetime with, everything that you could possibly do, like right up till like that last minute. So I'm like, I would be like that. I would be like Emma. I'm a young soul too.
Absolutely. Yeah, I guess, he's putting us all to shame. I mean, at what the story said, at 91, he went skydiving.
Mhm. I could not do that. I'm like,
What?
but the climbing one, I think I could do because you're, more tethered in, right? But
Right,
yeah, the
right.
flying out, no.
I thought it was really cute too that they said that um, that he was stubborn as a mule. That's why he made it to the top.
Yeah, that tenacity, right? I mean, there's an example of maybe stubbornness being a positive thing, giving you that determination, that tenacity.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Um,
And the three
he
generations I thought was special too.
Yeah, and that that they all kind of coordinated it so that they could all meet up at the same time and then go up to the summit in Yosemite. Beautiful park, beautiful place, by the way, and a perfect place for this trio of family members led the way by this 93-year-old grandfather. Congrats to all of them. I mean, that's just amazing work. I thought that this would be a great way to have our Motivational Monday kind of show kind of close out. I mean, you're never too old. I hear people talking about sometimes that, oh, well, I don't have enough time left to be able to accomplish things and that kind of thing, which is just not true. In fact, Teresa, I just came up with what we're going to do for our next show. And that's going to be, we're going to talk about that. Like people who've done things later in life that were just simply amazing. People like J.K. Rowling is one person that I think it's true around that. Yeah.
And I think
Listen,
his
we're
point
coming.
about that,
Yeah. Mhm.
that it's about the journey, right? That it's about the climb. And there's a song by Miley Cyrus that I love that, the climb, and it's exactly about that. It's about the journey and, not so much about the destination, and that he trained how many, in climbing in the stairs in his building that he lives in, preparation to be able to do something like that. So just to remind ourselves, it is about the journey, about the climb, not the getting to the
Absolutely.
summit necessarily.
See, that's perfect. Perfect way to end that story. Listen, everybody, we're going to take another quick break, but we'll be back with more Soulivity Today in just a second. We'll be right back.
Hi there, Sheila Applegate here with some exciting news. I've joined the incredible Soulivity team as the host of the new Consciously Awesome live show, where I will be sharing insights to help you discover your full brilliance and claim the vibrant life you deserve. So tune in every Wednesday right here on Soulivity TV to join the fun, and remember to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an awesome week, and I will see you on Wednesday.
6 years ago, when I started Soulivity, my vision was to support everyone in improving their life through the discovery of their passion and purpose, so they could become the best version of themselves, to battle fear and ignorance, and create a better world today. Get inspired to live your passion and purpose. Visit Soulivity.com now.
And we're back with more of Soulivity Today. Wow, so much to talk about, so little time, right, Teresa?
Yes, always. Flies by.
But we can't leave without talking a little bit about, our Soulivity shameless plugs. and the things that are going on with Solivity right now. Teresa, I'll start with you because you've got something that's fantastic that I think people need to know about. Would you tell people a little bit about your 6 weeks to mental freedom?
Yes, thank you. So, our Aspire Academy is incredible. We have some great courses being offered there, including this one entitled Mental Freedom, which I invite people to check out. It basically gives you a tool each week to be able to be bigger than anything that happens to come your way. So each week you learn a different tool that allows you to look at yourself, your life, and situations and those around you in a completely different way, reframing the situation and applying one of the practical tools to be able to really surpass any situation, whether it's, addiction, whether it's relationship problems, both personally and professionally, whether it could be things that, are still looming from the past that are still ruining your present day happiness. So it is really about coming to a place where you have more mental freedom because your problems aren't taking up so much of that mental space, and just to be more at peace with yourself and your life. And so I really encourage people to check out the program. There's some great details there on the site.
Perfect. And everyone, you can go into soulivity.com/Teresa Mental Freedom for more information and to get registered for it. I highly recommend that people do this. It's such a great offer. Teresa, this is some great work. And I think it's a great program for people as well. While we've been talking about this, just want to let everybody know too, this is how we do it every week here for Motivational Monday. And that we hope that you come back next Monday and hear more great news and topics from around the world that help you get through the week. But before I let you go, let me tell you about some of the great things that are happening at Soulivity.com. Did you know that you can watch or listen to all of our Soulivity TV shows, including Soulivity Today? Just go to Soulivity.com and you can watch and listen either to our last show, which is broadcasting live right now, or you can click to watch our past shows, or if you're on the go, download our podcast because they are available for you as well. Please also visit our partners, 80 Bites and Happy Travelers Tour, Old Vine Wine Tours. Great partners that are offering some really cool things. Just click the links and you can learn more information about each one of them. Also, please go follow us on social media. We're on all the major platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We're even on Threads. And you want to do that so that when we go live or we have giveaways and more great information about our content at Soulivity.com, you know more about it. If you go to our Soulivity Today page at Soulivity.com/Soulivity-Today, you can learn more about upcoming shows as well. Wow, so much to talk about, so little time. Teresa, thank you for being here. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Brian, for having me. Thank you so much.
Of course. Listen, everybody, we really appreciate you guys being here. You keep us going, you keep us motivated, and pushing towards supporting you in having your best life today. So I want to again thank you. Please, come back and join us here at Soulivity Today every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern for our live broadcast on our Solivity TV platforms. Or you can catch us every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time on KMET 1490 AM radio. For all of you guys out on the West Coast, don't forget to download the KMET AM app so you can have them on the go. Listen, until next time, keep having real conversations with passion and purpose and create that high quality life today. So we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
This work is subject to copyright owned by Affinity Global LLC. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this is expressly prohibited unless Affinity Global LLC has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.
Hi there, this is Brian with Soulivity.com. I want to share some exciting news about our new Aspire Academy by Soulivity. Now, you probably want to know what the Aspire Academy by Soulivity is. Well, it exclusively connects you with people around the globe and who share the intense desire to improve themselves and create a better life for themselves today. There's classes, there's workshops, there's live events, and even more exclusively just for you. You see, I wanted you to have a safe space where you could grow, you can learn, and it would empower you in all aspects of your life, including your mind, your body, and your soul. So how do you get started? Well, it is so easy. First of all, the best part, joining Aspire Academy is absolutely free. Just click on the Join Now button, sign up, and begin your journey. As a special part of this invitation to you, there are some free courses that are available for you to try from our amazing roster of coaches and collaborators. It's our way of saying thank you for all of your support and being with us along our journey of expansion. I hope you enjoyed the Aspire Academy by Soulivity today. Start the process. Learn more about your passion, your purpose, and how to live a higher quality life. Learn more about Aspire Academy by visiting aspire.soulivity.com today.
Six years ago, when I started Soulivity, my vision was to support everyone in improving their life through the discovery of their passion and purpose, so they could become the best version of themselves, to battle fear and ignorance, and create a better world today. Get inspired to live your passion and purpose. Visit Solivity